now people are getting more into the
Mhm.
buying secondhand, buying antique
Right.
pieces again. They're coming back more into, I don't know, not into fashion necessarily, but people are
Mhm.
aware of it and the
Mhm.
lovely pieces that you can get. And also the quality, I think, is something that people really love to
Mhm.
see. Just things that last so much longer. Like IKEA is amazing. We all love it, but goodness me,
Yeah.
sometimes you just want
Right.
something that you can shut the door and it's just going to sit.
Yes.
So I want to know your tips for people if they're thinking, I'm going to
Mhm.
thrift shop, but where do I go? What do I do? How
Mhm.
much am I supposed to spend? What is
Right.
good? Like, what's your thoughts on this?
So I think that it really is. I think people are waking up to the accessibility of antiques now, that it's not just kind of like for these, hoity-toity, legacy families. I think that antiques can be accessible to anybody now, especially with the use of online auctions and Facebook Marketplace. And I would say for my biggest tip is to train your algorithm for Facebook. And like, what do I mean by that? It's like search certain keywords every day. And I hate to say that I go on Facebook Marketplace every day, but I kind of do. And even if I'm not in the mood to shop, I just kind of go and, I'll search, like, for instance, some of my favorite keywords are antique oil painting or, designer curtains, because a lot of times you can get great fabrics, because fabrics are so expensive secondhand that people just don't want anymore. I'll say like antique this or English country this or antique vase. So as soon as you continue to search that, and then you go through the list and start to favorite things, even if you have no interest in purchasing them, favorite them, because then your Facebook algorithm will get to know you and what you're looking for. And another thing is to expand your radius in searching, because I'm sure in the UK they have it as well. But in America, we have different companies that now ship for Facebook Marketplace. So if I am located in New Jersey and I see something that's down in Virginia or down in South Carolina, I'm still able to get it. Don't limit yourself by your radius. I happen to be very lucky, and on the East Coast, we have a lot of antiques here because this is where kind of our original history is for America. But if you're talking about somebody in California, in Utah, on the West Coast, their antique well is dry. It's not a big market for antiques out there. And so, especially if you're in a place that is a little bit low on history, especially in America, broaden your search. And then also, another tip is Etsy. Etsy is incredible. They have tons of antiques, and they're not as expensive as you would think. I've gotten some of these oil paintings from like Holland, from UK, I mean, from England, Ireland. So there have been a lot of pieces that I've gotten from abroad as well. So don't rule out Etsy when you're looking for antiques. And then make sure that if you're in the right environment, don't don't be afraid to bargain and haggle a little bit. Say, especially in Facebook Marketplace, I would never pay unless it was something that I knew was incredibly undervalued. I would pay right then and there for it. But don't be afraid to negotiate. This is all about people that are looking to obviously sell something to get it moved and get it to another house, and make sure that they know you're serious when you're on Facebook Marketplace. Then if you're on online auctions, try to look for homes that are not so grand. The grand homes are going to be popular and they're going to have lots of interest in them. For us, like it's Greenwich, Connecticut, or all these like more larger estates outside of New York City and Long Island. But don't be afraid to go to the smaller homes. And sometimes there are smaller homes that have really good finds, and that's where you're going to get the best prices.
I love that you can just tell the experience there. You're like, okay, here we go. Yeah, I know this. I know
Yeah.
this.
How do you know why somebody spends too much time online?
What is your favorite app? It's like Facebook Marketplace.
Oh my God. We got a lot of them.